I'd like now to introduce your speaker for today, Mary Schaeffer. Mary S. Schaeffer, a nationally recognized accounts payable expert, founded AP, a membership organization focused on creating business intelligence around the accounts payable and payment function. She has written 18 business books and is a frequent and popular speaker at both online and live events. Schaeffer has created a number of CPE, self-study courses, customized training, and online training events. Previously, she held positions as an assistant treasurer for the Equitable Life Assurance Society, a financial risk manager for ONY, and a corporate cash manager for Continental Grain. She has an MBA in finance from NYU and a BS in mathematics from York College, which is public university system for New York City. Mary, welcome to the program. We are now ready to begin.
Thanks, Hannah. Thank you for having me, and thank everyone for coming to listen to me talk about IRS compliance issues as they relate to travel and entertainment. Now, you're going to hear me use the term T&E throughout the talk, and of course, most of you realize that stands for travel and entertainment. And I sometimes just get going, and I forget that occasionally there are members of the audience who don't realize what I'm talking about. So T&E, travel and entertainment, expense reports. We're talking about your employees' expense reports today. We're going to start off by talking about some of the guidelines for an accountable plan. We're going to spend actually quite a bit of time talking about them. Then we're going to also move on as we go through this session to talk about some other monitoring challenges that companies encounter when looking at their employees' expenses. We're going to talk about some guidelines and some best practices as we come down towards the end of our time together as they relate to T&E, and just making sure that you're in compliance with the IRS rules. Because let's face it, it's not a pretty situation when you have trouble with the IRS, and it certainly doesn't make you popular at work or popular with management. If you get the company into a situation where they do have some explaining to do to the IRS. So sometimes people say, well, what do you make such a big deal about T&E for? Okay, it's not that much money, so if somebody spends an extra $10 or $25, what's the big deal? Well, there's a number of big deals. Number one, those $10 add up. But the reason that many companies focus on it so much is that it's their second largest controllable expense, the first being payroll. So when times get tough and companies are looking to cut back on expenses, they certainly are not, you certainly don't want them cutting back payroll, and they certainly can't cut back on raw materials that they're using in production.